Hello, dear students. Today we are discussing what is the conservative force, what is the non-conservative forces, and the energy function, and the motion of body near the surface of Earth. A force is said to be conservative if the work done by it in moving particle from one point to another point depends on only these points and not on the path followed. यहाँ पे क्या होता है कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स में कि हम ये दो पॉइंट कंसीडर करते हैं. इफ अ पार्टिकल is taken from point A to B, so through from this point से लेके यहाँ ये पॉइंट तक जो भी आता है, जहाँ पे कि किस तरीके से जा रहा है ये हम नहीं सोचते, खाली हम ये सोचते हैं कि द पार्टिकल इज मूविंग फ्रॉम A to B, that part. So the example is like electric force, gravitational force, and elastic force. Suppose, as per the definition of the elasticity, if you are applying the force on any object, the body changes their size, dimension, size and shape. But when you are removing the force, the body retains its original condition. Suppose we are taking the spring and we are pressing it or we are stretching it. The particle displaces from ring, but it is not possible. Just when you are considering the spring is stretching in one direction, the path followed A to B, not to the point to point. Only the two points are there, A and B. Gravitational force is also, the moon is bounded to the sun, or every planet is bounded to the sun. So what happens? The gravitational force is set up with a line drawn from sun to the planet, or line drawn from earth to the planet. So this line is one point to another point. This force is called as a conservative force because some work is done. That work is done representing, already we discussed, the integration of A to B FDR. So this work done is done by the force. Then this such type of force is called as a conservative force. If another example, here the non-conservative forces are there. So the friction is applied, push and pull action, tension force. Here what happens? The path, and we are considering when the spring is stretched and we are considering the point to point, one ring to another ring, then third ring and so on. So the path will changes, the friction will produces, and the here the point followed. So we can define conservative and non-conservative. In conservative forces, the region of which a particle experiences a force, that force is conservative force, is called a conservative force field. This conservative force field is depending upon the conservations. Now, what is the non-conservative force? That non-conservative force describing the points followed by the path. So we can define, if the work done by that force on a particle that moves between two points, that points depend upon the path taken between these points. So here it depends upon the path of these 2 points. So this is called as a non-conservative forces. Now what is the conservation energy of the particle? That is the energy function followed by the path. let a particle of mass m move from one point to another point under the influence of a conservative force, then the amount of work done by the force on the particle, that will give the work done W is equal to integration of 1 to 2 F dr. As we know, the already we discussed that the integration of F A to B F dr is equal to half mv square mv2 square minus half mv1 square. So half mv2 square is nothing but u1 and half mv1 square is u2, where v1 and v2 are the speeds of particle at the first and second points respectively, that is the initial and final velocity of the particle. So this equation represents or express that in a conservation force field, if the kinetic energy of the particle increases in moving from one point to another point, then its potential energy should be decreased. So we get half m1 v1 square plus u1, then half u2 half m2 v2 square plus u2. Just we are substituting the value of u1 and the work done and for with the corresponding u1 and corresponding u2. So we are comparing, so the minus sign will change. So as we know, the kinetic energy is the half mv square. So we can write this term is the k over k, this term is also k. So we can write ku1 is equal to, so here here is not the 1 by 2, simply k u2, equation number 2. This means that the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy of a particle remains constant at any points of a conservative force field. This statement of law of conservation of energy is known as the law of conservation of mechanical energy. Here, the total energy E of a particle is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy, that is K and U respectively. So E is equal to K plus U, and hence the total energy of a particle remains constant in conservative force field. Sometimes it is convenient to call the quantity E is equal to K plus U as the kinetic energy function. This energy function is invariant with respect to change in time. It means this energy function is invariant with respect to change in time. Remember that the half mv square is nothing but the kinetic energy, and the law of conservation of energy gives no new information which is not obtained from Newton's second law of motion, that is F is equal to m into a. But it is convenient in use of for solving number of problems of elementary dynamics. For example, the potential energy of falling body at a height x. What is the value? That is mg x, mass of the object, gravity, acceleration due to gravity into x, because it has the capacity of doing work. What is the value of that mgx? It is against torque, so minus mg minus x, it gives to mgx when it reaches to the earth. And half mv square is equal to k is the kinetic energy of the body. Then substitute the value, that is d by dt into k plus u. So here the change in energy with respect to time of that body. So d by dt into k plus u is equal to 0. So we can rearrange it. What is the value of k and u? That is half mv square, and u is the potential energy when it reaches to the earth, that is mgx. So this value mgx d by dt into half mv square plus mgx is equal to 0. Again simplified it or rearrange it. mv, just we are taking the v is to the d into dt, so for simplification, so mv dv by dt plus mgx is equal to 0. Again rearrange it. So here the value x is the dx by dt. So I am writing here minus mgx goes to this side, so we get m dv by dt. But the velocity is dx by dt. So this is the value of x. So we can substitute this value. That is the force. M is equal to dv by dt, which is the Newton's second law of motion. So this equation representing the energy function of the particle. So with the help of this, we can easily calculate the energy of that particle moving along circumference, or the influence of the conservative field, force field, conservative force field. Now we are discussing on the motion of body near the surface of earth. Already we discussed the conservative force and conservative field force, and also the energy function. That is, energy function is how much? K is equal to, or we can say that the E is equal to K plus U. That is the energy function. That energy function is nothing but the potential energy plus kinetic energy. So we can easily describing the motion of body near the surface of the earth. We know that the radius of the earth is nearly 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Hence we can practically the value of acceleration due to gravity g to be the same for height of few kilometers from the earth's surface. Let us consider a body of mass m situated at a height h and in the rest position above the earth's surface. So what is the potential energy? The potential energy is obviously 0 at the earth's surface. let the x direction be normal to the surface of earth and directed upwards. If the body starts to fall down from that height h, and at any instant its height above the earth's surface referred as the x. So what happens from height h to x? It falls. So we are considering the reference point where at a distance x, and that is away from the earth surface x. Then the work is done. Then that work done by the gravitational force, and that sign is because we are pulling upward, placing at the x point. So the gravitational force is how much? Minus mg on the body. So we can write the equation W is equal to integration h to x from height h to where reference point x, that is the minus mg. So as we know, the f is equal to integration of a to b f dr. So I am writing here the f. So minus mg, and in place of dr we are writing the dx, because at a distance x above the earth surface, that is the x, where x is the direction of force is opposite to x. So we can take the difference, so we get the distance between the h and x. So we can write W is equal to minus mg x minus h, or we can simply write sign simplification rearranging W is equal to mg into h minus x. This amount of work done on the body will increase increase the kinetic energy, and we know that work done is equal to half mv square. So this value half mv square is equal to mg into h minus x. Just I am substituting the value of W. So mgh is equal to half mv square plus mgx, referred as equation number 1. But a body situated at a height x, it has the capacity to work. What is the work? That is the mg into x. So this value is referring the capacity to work. Hence the potential energy of the body at the height is mgx. So at x point, the potential energy is mgx. At the height of the surface h, the potential energy is the mgh. Thus the initially the body has no kinetic energy, but only potential energy mgh, initial point. So what is the initial total energy? The initial total energy is k plus u at the point h. So we can write the kinetic energy is 0, but there is the potential energy. That potential energy is mgh at point h. So that is 0 plus mgh. So we at any x, the total energy is half mv square, because there is a kinetic energy from h point to x, half mv square plus mgx. This total value is equal to mgh. But what about the at earth surface, where x is equal to 0? A ball is placed on, the person is placed on the earth surface, the man is standing on the earth surface. What is the total energy? Because it having the potential energy mgh, so plus 0. So the total energy is वहाँ पे क्या होती है, mgh होती है. So at earth surface the value of the total energy is mgh, because when x is equal to 0 the kinetic energy is equal to mgh. Hence the total energy of the freely falling body is the same initially, finally, and in the middle position. In other words, we can say that the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy of a free falling body remains constant throughout the motion. So on the earth surface, or we can say the motion of body near the surface of the earth is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy of free falling body remains constant throughout the motion. This is the conservative forces and energy function and the motion near to the surface of the earth. Thank you for watching this video.